She should be fired on the spot. 3 months ago, I was mid-session with a teen girl at my gym, helping her adjust the lat pull-down, when this woman, let's call her Karen, walked up in a pair of neon designer leggings, sneered at us and said, "You need a real trainer, not someone who clearly doesn't practice what they preach." Now, I get it. At 275 pounds, I didn't look like a trainer, but I used to weigh over 500. I'd spent the last few years fighting for my life and earning my certifications. I was literally helping that girl train safely, but Karen wasn't done. She raised her voice. "This is exactly what's wrong with gyms. Look at this slob. It's the blind leading the blind." Then she pulled out her phone and started taking pictures of me. I told her to stop. She ignored me and marched to the front desk, where Yvette, this sweet girl, just a month into the job, was working. Karen demanded the owner, yelling, "I pay $25 a month. I deserve better than obese staff." She turned back to us and told the teen, "You should be ashamed. You're taking advice from someone who clearly gave up on herself." That's when I noticed something worse. While ranting, Karen kept glancing over at the adaptive fitness area. "We have a program for adults with special needs. It's something I personally championed." Karen was trying to position herself so she could film them in the background. I was stunned. Our Saturday water aerobics class had just started, and Karen aimed her phone toward the pool. I walked up and said, calmly but firmly, "You need to stop filming. That's against gym policy." She exploded, claimed she was married to the district health inspector, and had already messaged him about unsanitary conditions due to those people using the pool. Yep, she actually used air quotes. One of our adaptive instructors overheard and looked horrified. That program had taken years to build. It was life-changing for our members. Karen just smirked and said, "Pools that allow contaminated populations usually fail inspections." I asked her again to speak privately in the office. She refused. Instead, she got louder, started pointing at every heavier member she could see, and shouted, "This is a public health risk." That's when I pulled out my wallet. She assumed I was about to offer her a refund or something. Nope. I pulled out a laminated photo. Me, at 475 pounds, standing next to a doctor holding my lab results. Then I laid down my card, literally, my gym owner card. I told her, 3 years ago, I was dying. This gym saved my life. When I bought it, I promised it would be a safe space for everybody. She blinked, just for a second, then snapped right back. "Even worse, you're enabling obesity. This place is a hazard." While she ranted, Yvette had quietly made some calls. Turns out that teen girl I was training, she was the daughter of the state disability rights commissioner. Also, one of the women in the adaptive class, civil rights attorney. And there was a journalist on the elliptical behind us who'd been recording everything. Within minutes, Karen was surrounded. Phones were out. Voices were raised in our defense. Her husband, the health inspector, walked in just in time to see her being escorted out by security. He looked like he wanted to melt into the floor, apologized a dozen times, but his smile, that smile said something's coming. I was right. Next morning, 5 a.m., I showed up early. Something told me we'd be getting a surprise visit. I checked every locker room, water fountain, nook and cranny. Robert, my maintenance guy, came in too. Didn't even have to ask. At 7 a.m., my whole team was there. No one said it out loud, but we were on high alert. At 8:15, the health inspector, Karen's husband, showed up with 2 other inspectors I'd never seen. Called it a routine comprehensive inspection. Total coincidence, of course. They wanted access to everything. Documents, equipment, staff interviews. We gave it to them. The whole thing took 4 hours. They took photos of everything. They measured space between treadmills, checked water fountains I forgot we even had. Click the full story to see what happened next.